We begin with this, though, breaking this afternoon less than a week after a Fact Finder 12 investigation. GraceMed CEO Venus Lee steps down.
It comes just days after our investigation into her credentials and claims of college degrees she could not prove that she earned. Investigator Brandon Stitt has the latest developments this afternoon. Brandon?
That's right, Rachel. GraceMed gives no explanation for her resignation and only thanks her for her years of service. It was just last week in a news release. After we asked questions, they said Venus Lee had, quote, no credentials in her name. 5 days ago, I sat across from Venus and she claimed that she had an MBA from Wichita State and a doctorate from Emory University, but showed no proof. WSU and Emory have both confirmed she has no degrees from their universities. Even with Lee's resignation, questions remain, as none of the board members will answer our calls and GraceMed staff have not answered our questions. The reason this is important, in 2022, Lee was paid more than $240,000 to lead the faith-based nonprofit ministry. They have 16 clinics across Kansas and provide health care to the underserved. And the clinic is also a federally qualified health care center that receives funding through tax dollars. We've also reached out to David Jennings, who is the marketing director for GraceMed, but again, we've had no response from GraceMed themselves. Within the last 15 minutes, we received an email from a marketing firm. Other than the original press release announcing that Lee was stepping down, the email says nothing more could be released. The questions we keep asking: how will the interim CEO move the organization forward? And are there plans for an outside audit? And can the clinic assure their patients all their providers have been vetted for proper credentials?